Hello lovely people, welcome back to another interesting sewing tutorial which we are going to learn how to draft this beautiful summer dress that you see on the screen. If this is something you are interested in learning, let's go straight into the tutorial. The measurement needed is on the screen. As you can see on my pattern paper, I have do some of my markings. I'll call this my shoulder line, call this my bust line, this is my waistline. So the first thing I will do will be for me to impute my shoulder measurement divide by 2. So I'll mark it down, then I will mark my neck width of 5 inches and neck depth of 5 inches. I will square it up to form my square neckline. I will connect my points to form my square neckline. The next thing will be for me to slope my shoulder. I'm sloping with 1 inch. I'll connect it to my neck width. Then I'm going to impute my armhole measurement. I'm going to mark my armhole down. Then I will mark it this other end so that I can draw a straight line. To mark your armhole, you divide your bust measurement by 6 plus 1.5. Then on my armhole line, that is the chest line, I will mark my bust measurement divide by 4. I'll mark them on my bust line. Then I'm going to connect my points to form a straight line. The next thing will be on that straight line, I'm going to measure half of the line. Then I will mark. Then I'll come in towards my center front by ½ inch. Then I will connect my armhole cuff. Can you see? If you don't know how to draft your basic bodice, I have a detailed video on this channel so you can watch it. It will really help you. This is just basically your basic bodice. The next thing will be for me to impute my waist measurement divided by 4 plus my 1 inch dart. Then I will connect to my bust line. Can you see? The next thing now will be for me to impute my darts. For me to impute my darts, I'm going to divide my bust span measurement by 2. And then I'm going to open up my dart by 1 inch. That is ½ inch on both sides. I will impute my bust span measurement divided by 2 also on my bust line. Can you see? I will connect with a straight line. Then I will connect my dart leg. Next thing will be for me to impute my bust dart. So I'm going to make use of 1.5 inches bust dart. So I'll mark it down. I'll connect to my bust point. Can you see? Then I'll go ahead and add my sewing allowance. I want to make use of 1.5 inches sewing allowance for my side seam. Then I will connect the line using my straight ruler. The next thing will be for me to add my joining allowance to the gathered part of the dress. I'm making use of 1 inch. So I will extend my bust dart, then I'm going to draw a straight line. Can you see? The next thing will be for me to add my sleeve joining allowance on the armhole. So I'm going to make use of 0.5 inch sleeve joining allowance. I'll connect it with my cuff roller. Then I will add my shoulder joining allowance of 0.5 inches. Can you see? Then I'll go ahead and cut my pattern now. Let's draft the back pattern now. As you can see on my pattern paper, I've done some of my markings. That is my vertical measurement. This is my shoulder line, my chest line, and the waist line. So after measuring that, the next thing I will do will be for me to impute my shoulder measurement, divide by 2. I will mark it down. Then I'm going to slope my shoulder by 1 inch. Then I will impute my bust measurement on my chest line. I will mark my shoulder measurement on my chest line so that I can connect a straight line to join my shoulder slope, as you can see me doing so. The next thing will be for me to come to the waistline and mark my waist measurement, divide by 4. Then I will mark it down. Then I will connect my point, that is from the chest line to my waistline. Can you see? The next thing will be for me to impute my neck measurement for the back. So I'm still using a neck width of 5 inches. Then I will connect to my slope, my 1 inch shoulder slope. Can you see? The next thing will be for me to draw my armhole curve. So I will come to the line that connects my shoulder slope to my chest line. I will mark half of that line. I'll come in by half of an inch. Then I'm going to draw my armhole curve, as you can see me doing so. As you can see on the screen, the back is open. So let's replot the neckline for the back. So I'm going to come to my waistline. I will mark the same 5 inches that I used for my neckline. And I'm going to come up by 3.5 inches. You can decide to come up by 3 inches. It all depends on your preference, on how open you want the back to be. So after marking the 3.5 inches, I will mark same on my center back line. Then I will connect. Can you see? Then I'm going to join that line to my neckline. The next thing will be for me to tighten my back waistline so that there will be no zipper bulging. Then I will connect it to this point. Can you see? Then I will impute my dart. Mind you, my dart is starting from my center back. So I will mark half of my bust span measurement, which is 4. I'm going to mark it down. Then I will mark same 4 inches on this other line. And I'm going to open my dart by ½ inch on both sides of the line. That is 1 inch dart intake. I will connect to form my dart. Can you see? So now I've imputed my dart and I've tightened the back neckline. So I will now add my seam allowance, that is the joining allowance to the gathered part. I'm using 1 inch for the joining. Then my side seam allowance, I'm using 1.5 inches. So I'll mark it down and I'm going to connect the point to form a straight line. The next thing will be for me to add my sleeve joining allowance. I'm making use of 0.5. You can decide to use 0.25. It depends on what you want. So I'm going to connect my cuff now. The next thing now will be for me to add my shoulder joining allowance. I'm going to make use of ½ inch. So I will connect my ½ inch joining allowance, as you can see me doing so. Can you see? I'm going to add my zipper allowance of 1.25 inches. Then I'm going to cut my pattern now. So these are my 2 back panels. Can you see? Let me join at my zipper allowance so that you will see how it looks like. The next thing will be for me to mark where my lacing will be. So this is totally your preference, how you want the lacing to be. So I'm using mine 2.5 inches apart from each other. So you can decide to use more than that, or you can decide to use the same 2.5. I'm going to repeat same for this other part of my back panel, as you can see me doing so. So that is it for the back upper bodice. It's just for you to put your rope and the back is ready. So now I'm going to hold down my bust dart for the front panel, so you can see me doing so. Then go ahead and cut it on your fabric. Make sure that your front panel is on 4 and you cut your 2 back panels. And also for the sewing aspect, I'll first of all join my darts. As you can see, I've joined my waist dart already and my bust dart. So this is my front pattern after holding my waist dart and my bust dart. Can you see how beautiful it looks like? So I will join on the shoulder so that you will see how it will be. Then for the down part, which is the gathers, just measure around this waistline plus your zipper allowance. Whatever measurement you have. For example, if you have 30 inches. So for the volume of the fabric that you are going to gather, you cut times 2 of your waist measurement. That is 30 times 2. For example, that will give you 60. And then you go ahead and gather it. For the length of the dress, you have to minus your upper bodice from your desired full length of the dress. Then whatever measurement you have, that is the length of the gather that you will have. So I will go ahead and gather my paper, then I will show you the outcome of it. So this is how it looks like after joining the gathers. Can you see? And for the sleeve, you need to install your balloon sleeve. That is, you can use your basic sleeve and add some volume to it. Then you determine the length of your sleeve and add elastic band at the down part of the sleeve. So thank you so much for watching. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on your notification bell. I will see you on our next tutorial. Bye bye.